Shalom. I'll start by giving all the praises and glory and honor to Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, Bashem Rachakwadash, double honors to the elder apostles of the great millstone who rule well, and as always, peace and salutations to the tabernacle of David, the old for elect scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. Just know that in these last days, we know that the crunch is going to get tighter. More affliction, more hell is coming. Many great miseries are going to be done to these people in the latter times because they walked in great pride. The Lord is bringing the pride of man very low. He's taking away the mirth of this wicked society, and it's driving people to insanity, even to the point of suicide. Now, here's a post from the Las Vegas Review-Journal, and this what happened almost a week ago. I kind of briefly mentioned it, in a few lessons prior, but, I want to actually, tap into the story because, what I see here is just a pattern of what's going to continue to happen, as that crunch get tighter and tighter. All right. Apparently, you got people that are not built for adversity. They're not immune to, taking L's. Mainly Esau. Esau is used to having what he wants, is used to getting his way. So when he actually goes through, points and times of dealing with hardship, he doesn't know how to handle it. All right. Usually they take the shortcut to get out of it by means of, committing suicide. So right here, you can see in the headlines, it says, man dies after jumping from the Strat. This is the Strat right here, okay? This is on the north end of the Las Vegas Strip. Me personally, I've never been up at the top of that thing. I never trusted it. I've been inside the place before. Matter of fact, you had a beloved elder that when he came into town, he actually stayed here once. It was a beautiful time that we had with the elder. But this particular hotel, you can see at the top of it, you can go and sit down for drinks. There's a bar up there, a restaurant, and there's also roller coasters, rides up at the top of that thing. And for that alone, I never wanted to go up there because I'm like, the scriptures say, tempt not the Most High. So, you brothers never worried about me ever going up to the top of that thing. But what I've researched was how this particular hotel has a history of people jumping from the top. All right. Like there's been several times when people jump to their death from up there. And then there's people that's also attempted to, so there's a unclean spirit that probably dwells up there. But nevertheless, we're at that time where, people are going to start to seek death in the era of their life. Now, the scriptures tell you in the Apocrypha not to do such a thing. Let me see if I can find that. I believe it's in Wisdom of Solomon, the first chapter. Yeah, because these people know that it's pretty much over with, From here on out, nothing is going to be the same. Nothing is going back to the way it used to be. It's pretty much over with. It's a done deal. So a lot of people are falling into depression. They lost, their liberties, their freedoms. All right, certain privileges that they've been used to. It's all being stripped and taken from you from the powers that be. All right. And what these people are going to be left with is, a lack of faith. They don't have comfort. And that's something that we do have. We have comfort, which comes from the scriptures. So whatever adversity we face, we know how to deal with it because the scriptures, gives us assurance of hope, which is what's missing and what the people of this world don't have. So it's a blessing to be in this position. This is Wisdom of Solomon 1:12. And this is why people are going to be, seeking their own lives. It says, seek not death in the era of your life. When things are going bad, things are going south, Don't seek death. It says, and pull not upon yourselves destruction with the works of your hands. For the Most High made not death, neither have he pleasure in the destruction of the living. All right, because the Most High is the God of the living and not of the dead. All right. And it's just a cowardly way to try to escape, you know, the adversity that you're facing. Now, we know the scriptures say this. Let's go to Proverbs 24, verse 10. And it says, if thou faint in the day of adversity, thy strength is small. You know, when people, you know, turn to suicide is because their strength is small. I mean, that had to be a weak individual that can't handle hardship. What the Lord has been building us for is for these times, man. We got to endure all hardness as a good soldier in a Mashiach Yahushai. You got to be willing to lose it all, man. Even your life. But you're not going to take your life. There's no scripture where men of the Lord that was catching, you know, hell, that they actually took death. You know, they actually dealt with it, man. So I think this individual could have very well been an Edomite, because this is what Esau does. You know, Jake, we don't mess with heights anyway. If Jake take theyself out, they're gonna go and get, you know, grab a piece of steel to take their life with, or they're gonna, you know, OD. But they're not jumping from no freaking 1,000-foot high tower, you know, down to their death, man. Whoever that was, he pulled a 9/11. And them people at 9/11, you know, that was trapped in that and at the top of that building, they had no choice. You either choose to you know, burn up inside the building or just jump to your death. You know, so that, hey, and that shows you that the Most High is he's terrible and to be greatly feared, man. Therefore, knowing the terror of the Lord, we persuade men. All right. But this had to have been an Edomite, because Edomites, they don't take too kindly to adversity. They don't know how to deal with calamity, man. All right. So it says a man died Tuesday night after police said he apparently jumped from the Strat. Lieutenant David Gordon said police received a 911 call shortly after 9 p.m. Tuesday saying that someone had jumped from the Strat in an apparent suicide, and the man was pronounced dead at the scene. He was identified as a 30-year-old Henderson man, and the Clark County Coroner's office ruled his death a suicide and said he died of blunt injuries. No shit. All right. As a matter of fact, you know, I was sent an actual TikTok of the aftermath of the incident, and I just want to play this real quick. It wasn't just blunt injuries. This motherfucker exploded when he hit the ground. When you fall from that level of distance, you more than likely gonna damn near disintegrate when you hit the ground, man. Because that's. Let me play it real quick.
So dude took a dive off that and fucking landed right there. And he fucking exploded. Like look at this. Look at this. That's all blood. That's all blood.
Yeah, the Most High is terrible, man. That's why it is a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power, man. Is that Hebrews 10, verse 31. It is a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power, man. And we know that the Most High, he's the one that directs the steps of men. You know, men can't understand their own way. So the Lord put it in that devil, whoever that was, you know, to drive out from Henderson to the north end of the Las Vegas Strip and go all the way to the top of that thing and jump off. All right, the Most High is terrible, man. And it's to greatly be feared, because the Lord obviously plagued his mind. You know, he probably, you know, went up there and probably took that liquid courage, which gave him a boost. You know, he probably numbed himself and prepared himself for it. You know, That's fearful, man. All right. But what would draw a man to that state is when you in adversity, you know, because we know, this devil is firing people. If you don't take that damn juice, and a lot of people don't trust it, you risking your your job, your career, whatever sustains you, whatever makes you a salary. People used to working and making enough money to live comfortably. People are losing that. So that's driving people straight to depression, heaviness. And we know Esau do not know how to deal with that. He's not immune to it. So a lot of them, they resort to activity and behavior like this. And you're going to see an increase of the same type of behavior the further we get closer, man. You see? But like I said, what we have that separates us from these people is we have comfort. Let me get Ecclesiastes 4. And this is Ecclesiastes 4:1. It says, "So I returned and considered all the oppressions that are done under the sun, and behold, the tears of such as were oppressed, and they had no comforter." These people don't have any comfort, man. A lot of people have turned into atheists. A lot of people turn into witchcraft. They don't even believe in the Most High. A lot of people leaving their faith, the church. People losing faith. It's because they don't have the comforter, man. They don't have the spirit of truth. You see? That'll actually, give them that stability. It says, knowledge and wisdom shall be the stability of thy times and the strength of thy salvation. The fear of the Lord is thy treasure. Isaiah 33:6, man. These people have no stability. You better believe that individual that took that leap, that jump, he was unstable. All right. It says, and on the side of their oppressors, there was power, authority. And that's what's coming. That's where this is all coming down from, man, from the powers that be, the global elitists, the bankers, international banking families, man. All right. These owners of these different corporations, down to your governors, the governments that's controlled by them. The oppression is coming down from them. It says, but they had no comforter. We have the comforter. The scriptures tell us what this devil was going to do in these last days. The devil's coming down with great wrath because that he had but a short time. It said that he would work evil upon his bed. He would practice it because it is in the power of his hand. It talks about the secret counsel of the wicked, laying snares privately. Okay? This is what we got to deal with, man. But this is the condition of the battle. Okay? We got to deal with it, and we got to wait upon our salvation. We got to wait with patience. Okay? So what do we do in the meantime? We comfort ourselves. We get into these scriptures, man, and we read about the adversity that our forefathers suffered, and how they actually made it through. The Lord pulled them through. He put them in the furnace of adversity. Because this is all about trial. It's about the testing of your faith and your character. Let me get Sirach, the 2nd chapter. It is Sirach 2:1. It says, "My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. Set thy heart aright and constantly endure, and make not haste in a time of trouble." Moving with haste, meaning you're so eager, to make a fleshly move to try to get out of the trouble or the tribulation that you're faced with. Trying to get away from the obstacles that's in front of you. You got to go through it, man. Don't try to find a way around it. You got to go through it. And that's what we got to, as the scriptures say, through much tribulation shall we enter into the kingdom. But you're going to have people whose strength is weak. So they're not going to have what it takes to actually make it through. That's why prayer is important, man. Pray that the Lord increase, your strength, to endure and get through these times, man. That's the main thing we all should be praying for, man. More strength and more faith. All right, to endure the hardships that we getting ready to face, man, to go through the trials. All right. You even got certain Israelites, once they catch hell, they get offended, man. They fall out. They resort to, alcoholism, or some dudes, they even commit suicide, man. I heard about an incident with the Sakari camp in Atlanta where a brother, took his own life, killed himself. And that's, man, give me any plague but the plague of the heart, man. The Lord bug you out like that. Hey, you wasn't a man of the Lord if you fall to that condemnation. It says, cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end. Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully and be patient. All right. Meaning, you got to have the ability to be able to suffer, right? When thou art changed to a low estate. We've been talking about that. A lot of us brothers and you sisters, we're going to be, brought low at a point in time, man. You're going to, take L's. You're going to have to make sacrifices, man, to maintain your integrity and your faith. A lot of, especially people that live comfortable, they're not used to that. They don't want to live, in that low estate. That's why they'll do whatever they can to hold on to that comfort. That's why a lot of these entertainers and celebrities, they're not willing to take a stand and keep their integrity. Some of them, do, but a lot of them, even the ones that's pretending like they're, standing their ground and, they're trying to stand up on their principles and their morals and they ain't with it. Eventually, once these devils apply enough pressure, they gonna give in, like that clown, Andrew Wiggins, man. He was the main one talking all that shit, but then come to find out, he bowed. He folded under pressure and went and got it. So they're not willing to be brought down to that low estate. It even tells you that in Hebrews how Moses was willing to. Let me get that in Hebrews 11. It's Hebrews 11. And verse 24, it says, by faith Moses, when he was come to years, refused to be called the son of Pharaoh's daughter. And you know what came with that? He had status. They were wealthy. So he was living comfortably up under Pharaoh. He had, some level of authority, especially over his own people, man, the Israelites. But then once he woke up, he said, man, fuck that, man. These are my people. It says, choosing rather to suffer affliction with the people of the Most High than to enjoy the pleasures of sin for a season, esteeming the reproach of Hamashiach greater riches than the treasures in Egypt. Now, a lot of people, they want to hold on to the treasures of Egypt, which is all going to pass away. Okay? It's all going to be stripped and taken from you. Okay? It says, for he had respect unto the recompense of the reward of the salvation, the kingdom of heaven, man. That's far greater than any treasures you can heap to yourself on this side. A freaking car, a freaking house, some jewelry would seriously. And I'm pretty sure that gets played out, man, because you can't even enjoy it. You got to constantly make payments. You're still a slave. You can't even enjoy all this shit, man. So why not lose your life in this world for Yahweh Shai's sake to gain it eternal in the kingdom. You know, this world right here, this life is not worth taking your life, man. You know? So going back, you know, and this whole chapter, you know, it just goes into the test of your faith. All right. This is what it had to say. It says, verse 5, for gold is tried in the fire and acceptable men in a furnace of adversity. Believe in him and he will help thee. Order thy way aright and trust in him. Ye that fear the Lord, wait for his mercy and go not aside lest you fall. All right. Don't go to the left. Don't go to the right. Don't be swayed by the devil, because he's going to tempt us, man. He's going to tempt us. But that's why, you know, there's a thing called the hour of temptation. The Lord said, he that keepeth the hour, because you kept the word of my patience, I will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which is going to try all them that dwell in the world. Okay. It says, ye that fear the Lord, believe him, and your reward shall not fail. Ye that fear the Lord, hope for good and for everlasting joy and mercy. Yeah, if you fear the Lord, hope for good, that the Lord's going to bring nothing but, you know, good to you, man. That should be your expectation, is joy. The expectation of the wicked is going to perish. It says, look at the generations of old and see, did ever any trust in the Lord and was confounded? Or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken? Or whom did he ever despise that called upon him? For the Lord is full of compassion and mercy, long-suffering and very pitiful, and forgiveth sins, and saveth in the time of affliction. You see that? So we're assured that the Lord's going to come through for us, man. These people in the world, they don't even have the Lord. They don't even have the Lord. They don't have Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, or the Spirit. They don't have that gift of faith. You know? So that's why we also must thank Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai every day. You know? That he installed that within us. Because we could be without hope just like these other people and be bugged out and through. All right. So, I can keep going, but, you know, the point is already made, you know, and you're going to see more of this behavior happening. Okay. This dude, he really made a run for it, man. He took that jump. All right. That got to be Esau, because Esau is weak, man. You know, he's weak. But you're going to have, you know, not just Esau, even our own people, man, because things are going to get more and more tighter, man. All right. So that's why we got to continuously, you know, stay in these scriptures and you know, keep our faith, you know, and the scriptures is for our comfort, man. This is the comforter. All right. We have hope. We know that this is not forever. Okay. So anyway, I'm going to give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, Lord willing, this was edifying. And to the next lesson, I say Shalom.